or challenging Cooper a little bit?
Well, I think certainly they're competing, but like I've tried to tell them, let's not focus on that. Let's just see how good we can get. And obviously in camp, when we go to camp. And let's just really focus on being as good as we can be and let the chips fall where they may in terms of that.
But it is wide. But it is wide open though. That number 2 spot, you would say.
Again, those aren't even things that we discuss, honestly. And it's just let's go play and see what happens. They've got a long time till that needs to be determined.
Can you talk about the explosiveness on offense? Obviously, Randall Cobb coming in. Obviously, already having Amari Cooper. Talk about the relationship you've seen Dak build with him.
Well, obviously, I wasn't here last year, but the fact that you got a lot of these guys that have been here for a year now, and Amari's been here, and that's what the offseason is for in terms of the passing game, to build that kind of rapport. And Randall's coming here and done a great job. I mean, he's just such an example of what a pro is, but he's also a really good pro. So a lot of guys can be pros, but when you're really good on top of it, it just lifts everybody. And so that group is really good and really explosive, like you said.
What kind of progress has Dak made, through OTAs, through offseason, with his footwork, with his throwing?
I mean, he says it all the time. Keep pushing me, and he's just got such a great mindset. Wants to be coached hard, wants to, learn all the little things that are going to help him be elite. And he has it's a tremendous mindset. He's hard on himself. He does a really good job of relating and being a leader with the guys. And so when you talk about the progress, like, you're seeing, it's really hard from the naked eye to see, but for me and for him, we're seeing tremendous progress in terms of his footwork and how the ball comes out and things like that. And so, it's just been a fun process so far, and it's only the beginning.
Was there other things you wanted to focus on? I don't know if you watched tape of him last year and had some things that you wanted to identify and focus on and improve, or
honestly, it's him, defining that, I guess. And those are the things that we talked about. Those are things that he works hard on anyways, with the guys that he goes and sees. And so, and that's just a part of the natural process of playing quarterback. And I've seen personally how it just really elevates your game in a lot of areas when your feet are right. And so, it's something that we just decided that we need to work on.
How have you connected with Dak, your personal experience, quarterback, to guys bring out the best potential in him?
Well, I mean, Dak is a great young man to be around, and a lot of fun, but he also challenging, and he challenges me to know, a lot of this system is new to me too. The passing game might be very similar, but the run game and stuff like that, it's all kind of a little bit new, and he challenges me every day, so that's fun. He's competitive. I like to compete. We give each other a hard time. That's all the quarterbacks do.
How important is this time in terms of building your relationship with Dak, being able to talk through things and open up lines of communications to make sure that you guys are talking about the same stuff, seeing it the same way?
I mean, again, there's a lot of layers before you get to the quarterback coach. When you're talking about the head coach, who was a quarterback, and the coordinator, who was a quarterback. And so really I'm just trying to, help him be the best he can be. And that's for all the quarterbacks, not just Dak. And so I don't think that I'm necessarily focused on a relationship or whatever. It's a long-term thing for me. And relationships are something I take very important, but it's not something that I'm like every day, I got to make sure I try to do that. It's not it. It's just, hey, what kind of things do we need to work on today that's going to come up in the script, in the plays, and things that we're running, or something that, maybe wasn't right the day before, or, stuff like that. So I don't know that it's necessarily an intentional thing like that. Dak is very easy to form a relationship with because he's a great guy. And so that makes it fun.
Along those same lines, might it be a little bit more important for Kellen to continue to grow that relationship that they already have? Because it has changed a little bit, obviously, now with his new post.
Yeah, you'd have to ask those guys about that, so I don't know.
How much are you enjoying being back here?
I love it. I mean, it's just, Jason says it almost every day. it's a privilege to be able to work for this organization and to be here right now. And knowing that for me, and that wasn't necessarily something I ever envisioned for myself, but it was what God's plan was for me at this time in my life. And so love it. Love being here. Love working under Jason. I get to grow every day and feel like I add value. And that's, I think if you ask anybody about their job, those are two things you want. The ability to grow as a person and become better, and then to add value to whatever organization you're a part of.
What was it that convinced you that this was the right move for you?
It's something I've been praying about for a long time, and just felt like God was kind of leaning that way. And then for it to be Jason, somebody that, quite honestly, I've tried to model my coaching style after, it was kind of a no-brainer at that point. So.
Kit, you talked about bringing out the best in Dak. Do you know what his best is yet?
I don't think anybody knows that. He's a rare individual. He's a rare individual from the physical standpoint, the mental standpoint, the experience standpoint, the leadership. I mean, on down the line. And playing in Dallas and all that comes with being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, he embraces all that. He doesn't shy away from it. I don't know. I don't think you want to even try to put limits on what that would be or what his best is. And so it's going to be fun over time to watch it happen and to be a part of it on a small scale.
Did you realize how rare of an individual
No.
he is before you got here?
No, I'd heard from people that I knew and things like that, but you don't know until you're around somebody. And so, yeah.
You were around him a little bit when there were still lots of hats coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that kind of jumped out when you got in the same room with him? Spending more time?
Well, you talking about now? Yeah, I think the thing that jumps out, and I've said this, multiple times, is he wants to be the best. A lot of people say that, but when you, I just feel like you can just watch somebody. You don't really care about what they say. It's just watching people. You watch Jason Witten, you're like, there's a guy who wants to be the best tight end. Still. And Dak is similar. And he doesn't need to be poked and prodded, but he wants to be poked and prodded and pushed. So it's fun.